I'm Kody, and I was ended up in an hospital.
Well, Kody spent most of his life in hospital. He spent 2 years and 11 months in hospital for his first, ever since he was born. He was born with gastroesthesis, the small intestine on the outside of his bowel, and then when he was born, he was rushed by helicopter up to Sydney Children's Hospital, and they found a big problem that Kody tried to heal himself inside the wound, and he actually shut off the blood supply to his small intestine, and what it had done was killed the rest of the intestine. So when he was first born, he had first surgery, and they told us that he was left with 27 centimetres of small intestine and no ileocecal valve, the valve between the small and large intestine. And they said that because he hasn't got no small intestine, that he'd never be able to eat or drink or anything like that, like a normal child. And they gave us 24 hours to 48 hours with Kody and spend as much time with him as we could. Kody ended up getting past the 24-hour mark, and he ended up going on for a week. And they told us to spend every day that you can with him, because maximum time that he's going to last is 6 months. We ended up giving him a TPN for food, so that his body could get an intake of food that the body needs to survive on. And he ended up getting it all done, but they actually said that the liver would die of the medications that we had to feed him. So then we went and thought of other drugs that we could use, and he was the first child in Australia, the 5th child in the world, ever to trial a liver protection drug, and it was called NAC, or aceclidine. And he actually is the first child in Australia to have it, and we've given it to him ever since. And now the doctors believe that it has helped his liver, and he's now nearly 4 years old, and he's a little champion. And when he was 2 years, just over 2 years old, they said to us, how would we like to have him at home? And we were over the moon, because we thought our son would never come home, you know. He'd spend his whole life in hospital. And thanks to KidzWish, very much, and we were really grateful, and if it wasn't for you guys, we would never have been able to have him. And his medications cost a lot of money each week, and I could never afford it. I've had to give up work and give up everything for Kody so that he could be home with us. And thank you so much to KidzWish that they supply him his medications that he needs, and we can actually have him at home so Kody can live a normal life out of the hospital. He flourishes outside of the hospital. He loves it so much. We go to the beach, we go to the parks, we go to car shows, we go to drags, go to basketball with KidzWish again, which we thank you very much for, and we do so much now, and Kody just outlives life. He just flourishes. You know, inside of a hospital he's bound to an isolation room where for 2 years and 11 months he lived, and whenever he does go back to hospital he's in an isolation room where the doors are shut and he doesn't come out of his room. KidzWish help us in every which way to give Kody the bestest life that I can give him, and anything else that KidzWish have they help us with, and they invite us to, which Kody just loves. He doesn't get to play with kids because I can't get him into a preschool anywhere because of his condition, and I can't get him into any schools anywhere, so every time that we do go outings with KidzWish there's other kids around that he can actually play with, and he loves it so much. And they're all special kids, you know, they all have a special uniqueness of them of their own. It's not easy raising a kid that is hard with a disability, and they just make it so much easier and make life so much happier for everybody. And it's a good chance to meet really good people. I've met some really nice people from KidzWish, and the family members of the disabled children are great. They're all happy and they're all laughing all the time every time we go out on events, and it's great to see them all smile and to see all the kids have a really, really great time. You know, it makes me feel good, makes Kody feel good, and I hope they all feel good with themselves as well. If it wasn't for KidzWish, none of this would happen at all.